Wow. It looks like we are already live. We are ready to rock and roll. So we're public, and I am so excited to be here with y'all. Welcome, everybody. People who are signing in and showing up. I don't see any comments yet, but that's okay. It looks like there's a few viewers right there. I'm going to go ahead and say hello. Say hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being a part. I gotta spell everybody right. Everybody. All right. Happy that you're all here, part of the Royal We. There's Sarah Cease. There's Tanya. It's good to see you all, and I hope more people are gonna sign on and spend some time with us. Hi, Barb, Mary, Judy. It's good to see all of you. I'm just hoping that I have a more smoother transmission. I don't know. I've got a brand new cable, y'all. I invested in a brand new cable um, for my YouTube's live streaming. So the last cable I was using was shot. So for those of you who are with me on Royal We Fellowship Saturday morning, you will know the dilemma uh, that came as a result of bad cable. Hi, Minnesota Jude. Hi, Michelle Gano. It's good to see all of you. Well, I'll put up the telephone number, and so people can go ahead and call in. We are taking live telephone calls tonight. Let me go ahead and get the telephone number up in case you would like to call in and you have a question to ask. The telephone number I will go ahead and post on, if I can find it here. Telephone number is, come on, phone, get with it. I'm going to go ahead and post the telephone number up here. 1 394 3496 3496. Call in if you would like to chat. It's an opportunity for you to call in and talk for a bit if you want to. All right, so looks like you all are saying hi to each other. Mary asks, question, did you get the jab? I did not get the jab. I didn't know someone threw a jab my way, but I'm bummed. I don't know if that's to me or somebody else. Maybe it's referring to a job that somebody got. I'm not sure. But it's good to see you all. Hi, Renee Nelson. How are you? Yeah, what jab are you referring to? Did I get the jab? I haven't been jabbed yet. I hope that nobody jabs me. At least not yet. I'll tell you what I did get, though. All right, let me share this with you all. I did get a bee sting on my toe. I stepped on a bee yesterday afternoon, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was out in the grass here in the Midwest, barefoot, which is really dumb. You know, I talked to my cousins out here, and they're like, dude, this isn't California. You don't walk barefoot in the Midwest. There are all kinds of creatures and critters that will get you. And no joke, man, we have bees, all kinds of bees out here in the grass and the flowers. And it's hard not to walk in the grass out here in the Midwest because the grass is so soft, it's so green, it's so lush because of the constant rain. But at the same time, there's all kinds of bugs. We got lots of mosquitoes, lots of bees, all kind of fireflies. Firefly season, I think, just ended. We had a bunch of lightning bugs flying all over our backyard. But anyways, I stepped on a bee yesterday and it hurt. I knew it. It's one of those things right away. I stepped down and it feels like something is grabbing your toe. Something grabbed my toe. I could feel its sticky little hands grabbing onto my toes. And then I knew it. And then I just felt that electric shock just right into my toe. And I went, ouch, and I lifted my foot up. The bee was already gone, but that little tiny white thing and a black thing connected into my toe. I scratched it out, was careful not to squeeze it. I scratched it in the direction that it was going in my toe. But this one is this one's a different. I've been stung by a bee. I think I average once a year. Last year, I stepped on a bee out in my backyard. And I don't know if I'm just getting more paranoid, but this time it seems a little bit worse. So this is exactly 24 hours since I was stung by a bee. And my middle toe, where it was stung, the whole toe is swollen and red. And it's not, it's not swollen bad. I think I'm exaggerating it. To me, it's like, oh my gosh, it's swollen huge. But it's not that big, but it's red. It's kind of swollen. I'm starting to get paranoid in my mind. Uh-oh, what if this is it? What if this is the one that's gonna do me in, by a bee sting? And so I'm online Googling and finding out, can you die of a bee sting and this and that. And I know it's possible you can go into anaphylactic shock, but I think it's safe to say that since it's been 24 hours, I'm not going to have anaphylactic shock. But what I do have is a swollen toe. It's swollen, man. That little bee is I know it's a little one because that stinger was tiny, but man, it packed a punch, man. It got me. It drilled me, drilled my little toe, put that venom in there, and now my body's trying to fight that venom off. So, all right. Hi, Nancy Reynolds from Hickory. It's good to see you. RS, good to see you here. Mystique, Barb. Let's go ahead and take a phone call, shall we? You know what? I forgot my headphones. Hello? You're live on the Royal We. Yeah, this is Kevin.
And you're live?
Hello?
Hello?
Doggone it.
Can you hear me?
I forgot my headphones.
No!
Listen, how many of you would mind waiting like 5 seconds while I go grab my headphones? Give me a thumbs up if I can go grab my headphones. Are you okay with that? I think it's important I have headphones so I can take some phone calls tonight. Can we do that? I want to be here for you tonight. I want to take some phone calls. Yeah, you can hear her. I know, but I can't. Okay, I'm going to go get them. I'm going to go get my headphones. I'll be right back. You can hear, but I can't. So whoever just called, I apologize. I'm going to call you right back as soon as I get the headphones. Here we go. Woo! Made it back. All right. Hey, did I lose anybody while I was gone? Hopefully not. Okay. Now, I got my headphones on. So let's go ahead and call that person back. Whoever was calling, I couldn't hear you. I apologize for that. But now that I got my headphones, I'm going to go ahead and give you a ring. Here we go. Calling you back. Nah, we're all here. Wow, that was quick. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here we go. All right. And we got the dial tone. We're calling up somebody.
Hi, this is Mary. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can now. Yes.
Okay, good. I apologize. I didn't have my headphones on when you first called, so I wasn't able to hear you at all. But hopefully you can hear me now. And
I
thank
can.
you. Yeah, good. Thank you. Thanks for calling me. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, I just have a question for you. I kind of have a little bit of a story that I can give you first up. A kind of a narcissistic little story. I
Okay.
was is is that all right?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. I had a relationship with a man for 17 years. I've been divorced 10. We had 2 children. When I entered the marriage, I already had 2. And so we ended up, with a 4, but he had a previous marriage as well. So he had 3. So we ended up with 7. And um, recently is like April, I guess. He told me that, this time, he wanted to get together and he was really missing me and all of this information. And I didn't believe any of it, but he told me, this time I'll listen to you. And those words just kind of rang in the back of my head and down my spine and through my toenails.
Did you
Because it
say
just,
did you say you were separated? You've been separated already?
yeah, for 10 years.
And so now he wants to get back. You're talking again. He's saying, "I will listen to you now."
Yeah. But see, our children are grown, and the damage has already been done. My children are. There's a word for it when your children don't talk to you. Uh,
Estranged.
yes, thank you.
Okay.
Um, and
They're
my
estranged from
youngest,
you. They're estranged from you, or the both of you?
no, from me.
Just from you?
And
Okay.
yes, it's completely my fault, I should add, because of my reactions to the behaviors that occurred during the marriage. My reactions were probably more devastating to them than what he did because they didn't see what he did. They only saw what I did.
So
They only
you
saw what I reacted to.
yeah, you became very reactive, right? Which is
Yes,
typical in toxic relationships. I mean, you can only put up with so much of somebody poking and prodding at you until you just lose your mind and start to explode, right? I mean,
yeah, that's pretty much. And they all think I'm nuts, including his family. And
yeah,
it's a nationality outside of my
yeah,
nationality,
right.
and so they have a different um, tradition and culture and
Oh,
all of that.
well, that just throws in a
Yeah.
whole different dynamic into it as well. What are the ethnic differences, if you don't mind sharing?
No, not at all. I'm white,
Okay,
and I'm and the man I was married to is Hispanic, and so is his family. And
okay,
honestly, I can tell you, his family is um, obviously a very loving family. They love each other. They're very very close. But I was excluded in
okay.
almost every situation, whether it was Christmas, my birthday. It didn't really matter.
Right.
I was just
Because
excluded.
their love is for one another. Their
Right.
togetherness is for one another. We call that, you can call that collective narcissism. The family dynamic that sometimes they're born into is the most important thing, even more than a marriage, which is not a good thing. I mean, you can look at that from the outside and say, "Oh, wow, that's amazing. What a strong family." The problem is you'll never be a part of that. You will always be on the outside. You will always be the
Yeah.
outsider. You will always be in a position to be talked about, joked about, have jabs thrown your way. Um, you know, so there's all kinds of, to be honest with you, there's all kinds of issues with this relationship. One of the things I've learned, relationships are hard enough just when you are of the same culture and the same background, and even of the same faith. You're still going to wrestle and have differences and disagreements, and you're going to have to balance each other's narcissism out in a way. But when you have different cultures, it's almost nearly impossible. The only way different cultural relationships work is at some point somebody needs to give up their entire culture for the other person. That's an awful lot to demand. Um, And even if you do give up your culture, then there's no saying that that other culture is going to accept you, which is what you experienced with their family. They're very much, it sounds like a very tight niche, gang style family, collective narcissism, if you will. And they don't play nice with outsiders. And
No.
there's nothing you could do to change that. And the other unfortunate part about that is when families like that have such strong, deep rooted claws in one another, then chances are they will never let him become united with you. They will make him feel bad, and will risk
Right.
it, right, for leaving the family. They will treat him as though he's a traitor for leaving that family for you. So that puts him in a position where, I mean, he'd have to be a very strong man to do that. It doesn't sound like he's willing to. It doesn't sound like he would be
No.
willing to leave his family for you. The whole thing sounds bad. You've already been married, you're divorced. He's coming back saying, "I'm ready to listen." To me, it sounds like it's just I don't know what he would be after, to be honest with you, but I don't think it's
Well,
going to.
honestly, I think he might be lonely because he's the type that needs people, and I'm not the type that needs people. I mean, not that I don't need people, because I do, I do, but
Right.
I don't need the the congregation of everyone congregating and valuing me. I do need that on some level, of course, but
Right.
I don't need it on a consistent basis. And
Yeah.
and now, after 7 children, or 4 of my own, really, and now I live alone. And now we're facing, and I'm the one that asked the question, "Did you take a jab?" And that is a I don't know. I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube for saying any other words, but um, I all of them. I have only one child that has not taken the jab, and I know my future is compromised because I refuse.
Taking a
And
jab?
yes,
What does that mean?
there's current controversy going on in the media, and some of it being hidden. It's called a COVID protection item,
Oh, okay. Okay. I see what you're saying.
and it's not something that I
Yeah.
choose to entertain. I've
Right.
read Daniel. I've read
Right.
chapter
Right.
13 of
Right.
Revelation. I've
Yeah.
read all the chapters.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm aware of what this is, and I know it's
Yeah.
spiritual. It's not a flesh thing. It's a spiritual thing,
Yeah.
and I do choose. And I will probably, I don't know if I'm going to go to a concentration camp. I'm not sure what they're going to do with me, but I've held, I feel very much alone in this world,
Yeah.
with my standards, and that's one of the reasons why I divorced him, is because the standards are not what they need to be. There's no spine, there's no backbone, there's no
Right.
"I'll stand for this," and you will not treat my wife like this. That just never happened. I
Yeah.
don't know what that relationship would be like.
Well, there's
I've
no,
never.
yeah, well, you shouldn't do it. There's just no reason to. There's no reason to. Why go backwards, right? So there's
Right.
absolutely no reason to go backwards in this. There's no reason to strike up another relationship. And you have a good understanding he doesn't like to be alone. So you already know the only reason he would want to be with you would just be to fulfill that emptiness, that sadness.
Right.
So, I mean, what does that look like? Just coming over, having sex with you, and then leaving, and whatever else. I mean,
Yeah, and that has not happened. Let me be very clear. That has not happened.
yeah, yeah. So, but either way, it just you don't want to be used. I mean, that's not what relationships are for. They're not for people to use one another. They're to be unified, so you can grow together. If you're not doing that, then it's a waste of your time. It's a waste of space. So, I hope that you just stick to uh, you know, your commitment when the relationship ended, and just keep going forward with your life.
Right. Yeah. Tough thing to do on a solo basis, but yeah.
Yeah. It is tough. It's not easy. It's tough.
You know,
It's easy to fall into old habits and into
yeah, for
even
sure.
even when we're even when it's toxic. It's easy to fall into toxic patterns with people. Because
Right.
even though it was horrible, even though we hated it, there was something about it that could be familiar. And
Right.
sometimes
Exactly.
the
Exactly.
yeah, and the
You know, the money that's
familiarity.
involved. 'Cause he's very wealthy. His family's wealthy. I'm not. So yeah, that piece of it for sure is very. You know, I live much simpler now,
Yeah,
and um, you know, I certainly read the Bible a lot more now. That's for sure.
right.
Um, you know, and maybe that's a blessing. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. But I can tell you, I did listen to your whole series on Joseph,
Yeah.
and I know the story of Joseph, but I think your take on it was something I never thought of before. But
On
I thought, wow,
you're talking about Saturday mornings?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, your whole series on Joseph. I
Oh, good.
listened to most of them, and I thank you for doing that, and thank you for what you do.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. I appreciate you. Thank
Yeah,
you very much. And we had another call come in, so I want to
okay,
give that person a chance too. But thank you so much for calling in, and
absolutely,
it was good talking with
thank
you.
you,
And hopefully we'll see you back here next Friday too.
thank you so much.
Alrighty, bye.
Bye bye.
All right, we had another call here. Let's go ahead and get that call up as well. All right.
Hello.
Hi, this is Kevin with the Royal We.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. How are you? Sorry I missed your call. You're live on the Royal We.
Wow. I'm kind of nervous.
Did you
Um,
did you mean to call and be live?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
I've kind of got a story that's not too long because I don't want to bore everybody. But I'm just getting out of a year um, relationship with a narcissist. I was married for 36 years. I've gone no contact with him since the divorce 4.5 years ago. Absolutely no contact. I have two grown sons, and one of them is going to be getting engaged soon.
Mhm.
Um, and so here lies the problem. I have asked both of my sons to not involve me in their dad's life at all. I don't want to know anything about him, and I've asked them not to share my life with their father as well.
Okay.
Um, but I've learned through the grapevine that their father is building a house with his new supply
Mhm.
5 minutes away from me.
Mm.
So I'm kind of anxious because I'm afraid I'm going to run into either he or his new wife in the grocery store. I don't know um, how to deal with that.
Mm.
I don't know how to deal with a social occasion, when they get engaged or when a wedding comes up. I don't want to come off rude,
Yeah.
but it's
Okay. So how long have you been out of the marriage now?
4 years.
4 years. Okay. And what does your personal life look like now? Uh have you
I'm
met
single.
somebody? You're
Oh
single?
no! Oh no! 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 I'm enjoying my singlehood.
Good for you.
No,
Good for
yeah,
you. Okay,
no,
so if this is the case, if you're truly enjoying your singlehood, and I believe you are, I get that. You don't need anything. Then you've got to get to the point where you don't care if you see him or his partner. It doesn't
but
matter, right? I think a lot of times, we think we have to say something or do something or be something, and we really don't. If we see them, we see them. If you want to be kind and say hi and walk away, you can. If you don't want to, you could just walk away.
okay,
There's no real rules on what to do if you bump into a narcissistic ex partner, friend, family member. There really isn't. The only
Okay.
rule that you need to understand is that you are moving on in your life. You're confident, you know your direction, you know where you're going. You know you don't need to waste another breath talking to him about anything personal.
Right.
You don't need to share any stories. There's no need to waste time having a relationship where you're pretending that you're old buddies and you're old chums.
Right.
He is
Right.
now with somebody else who is his responsibility, and and he's her problem. And
Right.
so let that be. And if you see him in a store, just go to the frozen food section, grab your food, see you later, walk out.
Right.
Social settings, I don't know how you would be together in social settings. I don't know. Um, it's possible, but again, same thing. You just need to be constantly just be focused on where you're going, what you're doing. Keep your
Right.
priorities in front of you, um,
Right.
and then don't worry about the rest.
Right. I that is something that I'm trying to do, is to get to a place of indifference, because if there's hate, there's still connection, right? So
Right.
there's obviously um uh yeah, it's just really, really hard, because now the blinders are off, and so now I'm
Right.
more aware, and I'm very uh, uh, aware of all of the things that were happening behind my back, and
Yeah.
so it's a little more painful. But yeah, I think probably more than anything, I'm more concerned about the wedding aspect when we get to that point, and I almost wonder whether I want to have my sons act as a third party and just tell them, I am just not comfortable having any kind of association with your dad at all, and ask them to tell him, mom just wants you to stay in your own corner. Would that be an appropriate situation?
Yeah. I would say yes. It
Hmm.
would be inappropriate.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Um, your son, it's your son, right? His wedding?
Right. Right. Hmm.
It's about your son. And
Hmm.
it's about his wife.
Right.
Don't make it about you. And
Right.
don't make it about his dad.
Right.
That's the last thing you want to do, and
Right.
is to burden the most important day of their life
Right.
with your guys' nonsense.
Right.
And saying that will do that. All of a sudden now, instead of enjoying his big day, well, he's got to keep an eye out on dad for you.
uh
That's not cool. I mean, so
so you
let's
don't think Yeah, so
no,
you don't
so
think
no,
that's,
I
yeah.
think it's your burden to carry. And
Okay.
this is where we have to get into the things where we make sure we're not ones who are starting little, you know, creating sides, be on my
Okay.
side, stand up for me,
Right.
smear campaigns, triangulation. I think that one of the things we don't realize is that all of us, because narcissism is a spectrum, we all sit on it. We all have narcissism. If we're not careful, all of us can slip and
Okay.
start going the wrong way and start
Hmm.
going down that path. You don't want to. So what I would suggest is, especially for your son's wedding, you know, be there for your son. Make it about him and his wife. It's their
Right.
day. Don't
It is there.
don't
Hmm.
bring up their dad. Don't bring up the issue that you have with him
Okay.
walking your way. Instead, you carry that burden.
Okay.
And you do that by you enjoying the wedding, enjoy the reason you're there. And if he comes up and bothers you, you tell him, you're bothering me. Go away. That's
Okay.
really what it's about.
Okay. All right.
You know, just and leave your son out of it. It's not his concern. It's
Okay.
not your son's bride to be concern. It's your burden. And one of the things we need to learn is just our basic own self-defense rights. Our
All right.
ability to just listen, I'm here for my son. You know, look, I'll put it to you this way. Um, when I go back to if I go back to California and I spend time with my in-laws, I have no desire to, by the way, right? I just don't. I experienced a lot of inappropriate behavior and narcissistic views from them, but I will go because of my wife.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't go there telling my wife things like, uh, watch out for them, make sure that your family stays on their side, and make sure they don't talk to me and blah blah. I don't do all that. One,
Mhm.
she already knows. She already knows
Right.
her family doesn't like me. I don't like them. She's well aware of that. So
Right.
instead,
Yeah.
I carry that burden, and I
Right.
let her have
And
whatever relationship with them she wants, and I say, go have fun. They're your half brothers and sisters, so do
right.
whatever you want to do. And I'm there, and since I'm there with her and I'm not there for them, they do come and talk to me, and I try my best to be kind. Do I want
Mhm.
to? No. Do I care if I'm there with them or not? No. I'm there because of my wife. Does this make
Right.
sense? There's a message in this for you somewhere. I think that, and that message is that you need to be there for your son. That's what you're there for.
Right.
You can care less about your ex and what he's
Right.
doing there.
Right.
And
That
yeah,
this is very wise information you're giving me, and I do appreciate it. So,
good.
because you're right, it's that's what it's all about, and thank you for helping me get redirected.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, thank
But
you.
it has been a rough road. I never thought I could scrape myself up off of the floor because it was just the discard phase of it was absolutely brutal.
It
Af-
is. It's
After
horrible.
40 years, I didn't know where to even begin.
Yeah.
I just didn't know.
A-
So,
And
but
the fact that they move on, and it seems not only do they move on, but it seems like they don't leave you alone while they're moving on. They're absolutely ridiculous. The
yeah,
narcissistically abusive people, on that side of the narcissistic spectrum, when they are just absolutely ridiculous people. And the
right.
sooner the sooner you start to understand just how ridiculous they are, um, and you get your mind out of trying to figure out how you can have a relationship with them,
Hmm.
the sooner you move on to just being who you
Right.
are called to be, form new relationships, and just, you know, deal,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
Right. Well, and I can say that I if I met his new wife at the grocery store, um, I know her because she was in my house because he was having an affair with her before he served me the papers. So
It's sad.
yeah,
And listen,
yeah,
I'll tell you
yeah.
what, one thing for certain is that marriage is it's gonna go to shit. Excuse my language. It
Yeah.
really
Well,
will, because it doesn't matter how they're acting right now. I could tell you right now, she does not respect him, and she won't. Um,
mm,
the fact that she was able to, here's what happens, he'll probably be calling me one day, right? Because seriously, because
I doubt it.
he's being narcissistically abused, because he gave his all to this woman. He even he got a divorce and left his other relationships and kids for this woman, and now she keeps saying things to him, like accusing him of having other
Hmm.
women.
Hmm.
This is exactly what happens in these relationships. Sometime down the road, he's gonna try to settle in. This is the one, and she's gonna, in the back of her mind, say, "Wait a minute, this guy, uh, this guy had an affair with me when he was married to another woman." And
Hmm.
in the back of her mind, it's there. It will
Hmm.
always be there, and she's gonna bring it up. All
Hmm.
it's gonna take is one small thing. He's gonna be on the phone for too long. He's gonna be texting. Maybe he showed up late from work, and she's gonna say, "Where were you?"
Hmm.
"No, I know you're with other women." He's gonna say, "No, I'm not. I'm not with any other women." And it doesn't matter if he is or isn't. She's gonna know why, because she was one of those women when he was married to
Well,
you. So
well, the funny part.
it will come
Yeah,
back and bite him in the butt. It will not. I guarantee you, there's nothing that he could say to stop that from coming down the pipeline. He can
yeah,
say, you're the only one for me, but it doesn't matter. She met
but
him because she cheated with him on you.
well, but the thing about it is that she was separated from her husband at the same time.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter. She's
so they
that's
deserve each other.
they do. They do, but the irony is, then they both know. Then
Yeah,
later on down the road, they're just gonna be pointing the finger at each other, going, "You're a cheater. You're a cheater. You're a
yeah,
cheater. Let me see
and
your phone. Let me see
yeah,
your phone. Let me see
and
your phone." you know.
And then they got married in the church that we raised our children in. Wasn't that lovely? They go to church together every Sunday. So whatever. All right, Kevin, I'll
All
let you
righty.
go. Thank you very much for your help. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You
Bye.
do a good job. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. Anybody else want to call in? We'll probably take one more quick phone call and wrap it up tonight. So happy that you all are here with me tonight. Some big changes coming down for the Royal We. Hopefully you guys, you all, not you guys, you all. Hopefully you all have seen some of the new Royal We videos, different styles of videos. I have posted, since last we've talked, I have posted a reaction video. Hopefully you had the opportunity to watch that. I want to do more reaction videos. People liked it. I do need to tighten up the reaction videos a bit because I was a little bit lengthy in how I talked. And I, according to good friends of mine like Tanya in there, helped me to understand how to be less critical when I'm doing a reaction video. And I was able to see that too. For those of you who haven't seen the reaction video, it was a self-proclaimed psychopath talking about things that she has done. And I think I was trying to talk about it, and I was a little bit nervous. Let's take this other call real quick. Looks like from L.A. You're live on the Royal We. Hello?
Yes, hi.
Hi.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. Thank you for taking my call.
Oh, you're welcome.
My situation is, I have two kids by the narcissist. They older kids, and my situation is that he left with another woman that was married, similar to the lady story just to give advice to. But the thing is this: I haven't been talking to the narcissist. He used his girlfriend's phone to call me and left a text, and I'm thinking it's her saying that your baby daddy is not doing well because he lived a careless life,
Mm-hmm.
a carefree life.
Mm-hmm.
So I text back and say, well, what's wrong with him? Is he in a hospital? No response. Make a long story short, I reached out to his family and say, which I didn't have no contact with as well, that your uncle is not doing well. His girlfriend texted me and said he is not doing well. Come to find out, that's him with her phone playing games with me
Oh.
to get a reaction out of me because
Gotcha.
I haven't been talking to him.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because I've been going no contact,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, he done manipulated me again. So I blocked the number
Good.
and stuff like that.
That's
and
all
I'm,
you can
and
do.
I'm like, well, you made your choice, and just stop playing games with me.
Yeah.
And then it gonna come a time in a day where you're gonna really be in a situation where my children will have to go to the hospital, and then I'm just ain't gonna respond, because he calls from different numbers. He used line monkeys, so to speak, to say,
Yeah.
and I just feel bad that I broke no contact, behind.
You were
'cause,
tricked into
uh,
it. You were tricked into
Yeah.
it, and I wouldn't put it past a narcissist to do something like that, just to get a rise out of you. And it's sad. So you did the right thing. Block the telephone number. You don't need to be talking to him or his girlfriend or any of them. You really don't. Not at all.
Okay, thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for doing the right thing, and thank you for sharing that with us.
All right.
All righty.
Thank you. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, yeah. You do. There's nothing you could do if you were getting prank calls from narcissistic people, and it's just part of it. When you get yourself involved with these people, you don't know what they're capable of. They can comment on your social media as somebody else, create fake accounts, They can call you from different phone numbers. Nothing is off limits to crazy people, right? So all you can do is just figure it out as fast as you can figure it out and block and delete them. Don't get catfished, so to speak, into any situation for sure. So, all right. First of all, before I continue, I'm going to wrap it up now. No more telephone calls, by the way, but PW Pizza rocks. I got to ask you a question. Are you familiar with PW Pizza in St. Louis, or is it a PW Pizza somewhere else? Hopefully I'll get an answer, because when I saw that name, PW Pizza rocks, the only PW Pizza I'm aware of is one of my favorite places in St. Louis. Hey, Kevin, do you have anything to say about playing? And now you're asking me a question, PW Pizza. So I'll tell you what, you answer my question, and then I'll answer your question. That way it's a win-win situation. But before PW Pizza Rocks asks, before they hear my question, which is, again, what PW Pizza are you talking about? St. Louis, or is there another one that I'm not aware of? I thought there was only one PW Pizza. That's crazy. It's crazy. PW laugh like my cousin lives in St. Louis. We go there all the time. Oh, okay, cool. All right, yeah, it's one of my favorite places. PW Pizza. I'm there quite often, actually. Let's see your question now. Do you have anything to say about playing, playing and dating in narc behavior? I almost started dating someone who boasted that she caused her previous dates to become mentally ill. Really nuts. Yeah. Oh, wow. Listen. Yeah, if you date a girl who admits that she caused previous dates to become mentally ill, there's your warning. I mean, there's your warning. Like, no, man. And I've heard of that too. I've actually heard, I've talked with people who came across girls who said that they had a good friend, a guy who wanted them, who committed suicide, and they said, they were the last person they talked to. And I kind of clump all this in the same category of, yeah, they're kind of crazy. These girls are kind of crazy if they're saying that to you. That's not something that you would want to boast about or talk about. Doesn't matter how cute you are. Doesn't matter how cool or awesome you think you are. You do not want to joke around about making people ill, making people mad. I know Taylor Swift has a song out there about how cool it is being toxic or whatever. It's not cool. It's just not. So it's not a sign of stability. So my advice to you would be run. Say thank you, but no thank you. That's that. Yeah. All right. So with that, yeah, there's guys that can make women mentally ill too. And, again, it just, to me, it's kind of like guys. Yeah, guys can say that too. Guys can, I think guys can, if a guy tells you that his last girlfriend is crazy, I would say that is probably a sign, right? Because girls aren't typically, another way of looking at it is he's saying, I made her crazy, right? So think of these things. When you hear these little things in the dating world, and I'm not in the dating world, but for you ladies, if you're with a guy that says, oh, the last girlfriend I was with is crazy, and this guy seems normal, okay, there's two problems with it. One, if she was crazy, then what was he even doing with her, right? That tells you that he's not very good at picking good relationships, which is not likely. He's probably after you because he can pick good people. Two, the other reason is that he made her crazy. So look at these things seriously in the dating world. You guys, if you come across a girl that says, oh, I make guys mentally ill, I make guys go crazy, or, take that as, no, that's weird. Thank you, but I'll pass. You don't want to mess around with that. So anyways, back to the changes before we wrap it up. And again, no more phone calls, but One of the things we're going to be looking at coming in the future are more reaction videos. I'm going to tighten them up, hopefully get better at them. I'm also going to do more of the kind of the pictures videos like I did with the top 5 narcissists in the book of Genesis. I hope you guys like that one as well. So I want to do some more top 5 type videos. I just want to try and get some creative stuff out there based on where I'm at, my understanding, to help you all heal better. And let me know also if you like the Royal We Life chat to stay as it is Monday nights at 9 p.m. or if you think that it might be better at a different time. Starting next week, I'm going to have a whole lot more time to devote and dedicate to being live and to all of the Royal We in general. And so I would like to figure things out to make it work a whole lot better. So give me your thoughts. Send me an email at Join the Royal We. Message me on Instagram at Join the Royal We. Give me your thoughts on how you think the live chat can be better, how the format could be better, the time that could be better. And I just like to take it all into consideration and put together a better live experience for people, for all of you. And yeah, keep on the lookout for videos. I'm not going to have a video tomorrow being uploaded. I probably won't have a video uploaded until Thursday. Right now, my toe is still kind of hurting from a bee sting. I'm not trying to sound like a wuss, but it's swollen and it hurts, and I don't like being stung by bees. So I'm going to go in and call it a night, and hopefully that swelling will go down. And no, I don't want to change. I don't want to change. I'm just asking. Someone popped up there. Serena says, I just found you and you want to change. No. I don't want to change. I only want to change if people would if everybody is saying that there'd be a better time, and that any change would be something that would work. I want to make sure it works for everybody. So I'm not trying to change things around. I'm not trying to get all crazy. I want to make it easier. That's really what I want to do. I just want to make things easier. All right. Serena says baking soda paste. Be safe. Serena, thank you. You know what, though? Thanks, Kevin. Try Benadryl. Yeah, I should probably take some Benadryl for the swelling. I think the baking soda paste, it's too late for that, though. I don't know. It's been 24 hours since I actually had the bee sting, right? I think that would have had to have been done right away. Yeah, so right now I just got to get the swelling down. Rise Shine says, play baking soda paste again, even 24 hours later. Will it do anything at this point? I thought that's to, like, help just absorb some of the venom. Okay, well, listen, I will get music going. Rise Shines will bring the music back, too. I look forward to that. Ice, yeah. I'm going to go put some ice. I'm going to go ice my toe, get the swelling down. With that, good night, everybody. Have a great night and have a great rest of your week. We'll see you with some videos uploaded probably Thursday on the Royal We channel. Saturday will be Royal We Fellowship, Saturday morning at 9 a.m. All right? I look forward to seeing you all there. And, all right. Doot. We'll get the music back going here pretty soon. All right, good night, everybody.